Yeah, so we heard from Priya how they're setting up something I would say slightly different from the usual run-of-the-mill school that we see in the city. But she also had a pretty happy experience, I would say, trying to get the people in and around the villages to send their children to this kind of little upmarket school. So how was that experience of trying to get those kids in?
Um, this is a typical management case study, I would say, called a dipstick study. So I really thought I should do that because for me, it was interesting to know what the people feel about a school coming nearby. And always we rely on certain market reports, and then we start working on a strategy. So I thought this is a good feel for me to understand what they feel like, and so I went to about 27 villages. I took a vehicle.
When you say 27 villages, like how far away they were?
It's a cluster, and
Okay.
around about the radius is about 35 kilometers from where we are located.
So like a circle around
Like
that.
a circle, it's like a ripple.
Okay.
So if you look at if my institute is here, the ripple 10 kilometer, 25 and 35.
All
That's
right.
the radius we looked at.
That's the maximum you expect kids to come in from.
Yeah, because looked at 35 first, and we looked at where we are. The main hurdle was there were no good schools around that place, and they
Okay.
wanted a good school, good transportation, and somebody who can really do
And
wonders.
pay
with
nothing
it.
for it. That would be the.
Pay at a reasonable price. I
Okay.
wouldn't say nothing, but pay at a reasonable
I mean, they were
price.
willing to pay. That's interesting.
They were willing to pay.
Okay.
And one such episode, which I always quote, is that I went to one of these houses very close to where our school is, and this person is actually a cable operator who fixes cables in
Okay.
most of the households. And then he didn't even have a chair to offer to me to sit because the hospitality is so good that they always want to make you sit and make you
Yeah,
comfortable,
yeah.
especially if they know that they're coming from the
And there's a lady coming in,
Yeah.
they say, take his turban off and clean the
yeah, so
chair.
that was very interesting. And he says, madam, I would like to put my son in a school which is, if it's good. Otherwise, I was planning to send my son off with my wife to Ooty and to Lovedale. So it was literally
Wow.
falling off the chair scene for me. And I said, okay, this is
How did you
interesting.
even come across the name?
Because his wife was
Lovedale?
from Ooty, and he thought that's the best
Oh,
school. So
oh.
he had always an aspiration to send his child to the school and get him good education. And I think that was a turning point for me to come back and tell, yes, I think we should give them a good school, good discipline, good education, and then you can see the change. And that's the reason why we decided we do something very nice in that area. So we started off with a smart board school, and we have all the things that a city
What's
school
the smart
have.
board?
You have education which is taught on a smart technology, like you have you have to see the object on the screen, so retention is very high.
Okay.
So we started introducing that concepts which were new in that whole area, and the schools were like, some of the schools that I went to didn't have roof. Some of the schools didn't have playground. Some of the schools were like running in shambles, and yet there were children who were going because affordability is one. And so I thought maybe it is good to make an affordable school, but yet make a difference and make a statement. And
Okay.
so we decided that we will offer the best of the breed, and we have very good teachers coming in.
Did your school create a kind of sense of mild panic among the rest of the schools, saying that here comes something so different from ours, and apparently running with an equal kind of fee structure? So did they improve others?
I think I won't comment on improvement as such because I really didn't go and check because I believed in what I was giving was right. And the way we mapped it was to talk to the panchayat presidents and say that this is what we are giving to your
Okay.
people. So you can recommend and you can come and see. So we call them over for a high tea and introduce them to what we are going to give, because even the panchayat president, for example, wouldn't have been educated in a
Definitely,
good school.
yeah,
So we
definitely.
looked at what we're going to give to his people, and so they became our spokesperson. And
Okay.
the nearest township was the nuclear plant, the Kalpakam nuclear plant, which had Kendra Vidyalaya schools there. And so it was catering to that segment of people and not exactly to the outsiders per
Okay.
se.
Oh, just
It would
employees
only-
of that,
Yeah, in that
okay.
central government employees. That is
Yeah.
the preference. That's how the KV model is
that's
made.
true.
And so we looked at how we could give a similar kind of an environment, but yet at a very, very
So
good-
basically speaking, what exactly is the difference in the methodology of teaching in your school? I mean, it is the same textbooks, it's the same experience, the same exams that they go through. So where was the difference actually in how you teach?
That's the difference, which is very noticeable, is that the students get to really see live again.
Okay.
So if they have a science project of growing some plants, where can they do it in a city? And we had a whole
Acres
land,
and acres of land.
and each student has a patch of land, and they actually see the vegetables
All right, so
growing.
this is not really duplicatable in a city, what you're doing. This is like an experiment that you're trying.
It is if you have
Like
lot-
Shantiniketan in...
yeah, if you have a lot of space, I'm sure you could do, but this is something which the students are able to see. and
Okay.
they actually are, you know, in charge of certain projects. And then we do cricket. Where can a school have a cricket stadium today?
Well,
So they have to either go or travel. So these are the things that we looked at differently, which we
Okay.
can offer, and there's ample amount of greenery around for them to go out. And we also encourage the children to come in cycles because that's good for the environment
yeah,
as well.
keeps fit.
Yeah, keeps fit, and it's you know, not a polluting environment that we are
True,
having
true.
children.
Okay, now to come into this kind of schooling, is there a substantial investment more than what city schools are doing? I know they don't have the land. I mean, you can't expect them to suddenly discover 5 acres to make, you know, football fields and cricket fields. But in other areas, apart from that, does it require a lot of money to come up to what you think should be the ideal school? Or is it effort?
It's effort. To make a school sustainable and carry on with what you want to do is effort. And money, of course, is there because initial setup does cost. So once you set it up, I think when you maintain the quality, I'm sure people are ready to pay for that quality.
So if you were to now suddenly be told by the government or the local panchayats, okay, listen, we got schools here, schools there, can you guys come and take over and upgrade our school, local school? Will you be able to really
Of course,
be happy?
of
Do
course.
it?
Because it's a prototype that we've already developed and we know how to replicate, and that's the reason why you have to always start small so that you know what best you can do. We've taken 2 years to understand the whole model.
Has anybody from the government come and seen what you people have done with your own
It's
initiatives?
constantly been monitored by the
It is.
central board, and because
Okay.
that's when we get the license of extension. So it's
Okay.
already always.
So am I
including-
to assume this happens everywhere else too? The central
yeah,
school
yeah.
inspectors come and check all the schools?
Yeah,
So
till
how
the
do you read
time
such
the-
horrible stories about schools with no roofs, no bathrooms, girls having to go, you know, to the toilet in the corner of the ground?
They could not have been affiliated to a board. It could be that sometimes they run just private institutions and they make those students apply directly, like you'd apply directly to the school rather than having a formal approval process. But
Okay,
otherwise-
so when we come back again, we'll get some hard numbers because nobody ever talks numbers in this country. It's all vague, kept under wraps. We'll find out how much does it cost to go to a school like this.